Hello. All right, thanks for joining us again. Today I have my daughter Haley, who is going to practice a little bit with us and with Pops. So I'm Steve Corallo. In the Pylon world, I'm known as Fulong. I'm a master teacher here with the Pylon Tai Chi group. And my daughter Haley is 13, and she's finally interested in learning from Dad. Right? So traditionally, especially in Chinese boxing, the martial arts tradition was that the parents didn't teach the children. Right? The children were taught martial arts either from an uncle or from a grandfather. It sort of skipped a generation. And then when the children were old enough as adults, then they would work with the parents on their martial arts skills. And with my daughter now being 13, she's ready to actually learn some technical stuff and things that we do with the Pylon Tai Chi group. She's learned a lot from her Kung Fu uncles, as well as some of the folks that I've had the pleasure of training with over the years. So this is not very scripted. We don't have anything scripted around here. So we go by feedback as well as questions from other folks. So Haley wanted to learn about the form of the beginning Tai Chi form, so we'll go into that. But I just wanted to introduce her to a book that started my journey. And this will also be of interest to you as well. I don't know if it's in print. I don't know if you can get your hands on it anymore. But this is the Tai Chi Touch Stones, the Yang family transmissions. Yang family transmissions. All right, so the paragraph that really got to me in my early days is actually at the end of the book. So Yang Cheng Fu's preference in the back of the book, right? So 153. It's very far in the back. Basically lays out why he started in the art and why the grandfather was teaching the grandson. So it says, my late grandfather, Lu Chan, calmed him by saying, children should not be coerced. He gave me a gentle pat and then continued. Hold on for a minute and let me explain to you what I mean. The reason I practice and teach this art is not to challenge others, but for self-defense. Not to bully the world, but to save the nation. The gentlemen of today know only of the poverty of a nation, but not of its weaknesses. Therefore, our leaders anxiously formulate policies to alleviate poverty, but I have never heard plans to rouse the weak or rise up the ailing. With a nation of sick people, who is equal to the task? We are poor only because we are weak. Truly, weakness is the cause of poverty. And if we examine the rise of nations, we find that they all begin by strengthening the people. Then it goes on a little further, and he says, thus, the best method of saving the nation is to make saving the weak our highest priority. To ignore this is to be doomed to failure. The next page, he continues describing Tai Chi. And he says that the movement is in the body, but the influence reaches your spirit. So physically we learn, we go through the mechanics, we go through the exercises, right, or the calisthenics. Then we do the kata, the forms, right? Kumite, we do one-on-one, we do two-on-one, we practice these in defensive, protectionary maneuvers, right? That's kumite. And then, of course, there's the moment of truth if you ever get to that point, which hopefully your skills in sensitivities and other things have enabled you to avoid an actual confrontation with another person, okay? So we're going to go through a form, and this is the basic stuff that everybody who does Tai Chi needs to learn, okay? It changes direction. It goes one way and then goes the other way in a loop. And any Tai Chi form that you will see, that you can research and find, this section appears multiple times, okay? So yeah, this book right here, again, I don't know if it's in print still, but it's definitely one that you want to try to pick up. So Haley does not have any Tai Chi experience. Do you have it? Have you ever learned the form before? No, she's not. Okay, so this is a first for her and a first for me because I get to actually teach her step by step. And if you can follow along, great. If not, make sure that you subscribe. If you like it, subscribe, put comments in, because again, this is not scripted. So we're going to go off your comments, things that you want to see us do, where you would like to learn in your own practice that you need some help with. All right, subscribe, you'll get some updates, and we'll put this form out in different variations, of course. Okay, so Haley, let's switch sides. Come on this side here. Okay, and we're going to start off with our heels together, hands at our sides. Okay, just relax. So bring your shoulders up like this, and then drop them. All right, bring them up again, and then drop them. All right, this is relaxed. This is tense. All right, this is tension. You want to just relax. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is bend your knees a little bit. You want to get into the feeling of sitting. Okay. Heels together. Keep your thighs together too. So you're going to just sit. Yep. Okay. Now when you sit, put your weight into your right side. Okay. Okay, come up. And again, sink. Sinking is sitting. Right? The one thing that is constant, that's always working on you, is gravity. Gravity is always pulling on you. Whether your arms are out, your arms are down, we're always getting pulled by gravity. All right, so what we're going to do now is, because we have two legs, when you sink, put all your weight into the right leg, and then take your left leg and just step out. Good. Bring it back in and bring it out. Now this is how you test. This is how you can test if your weight is 100% committed to one side or not. So if you can move your leg effortlessly in and out, forward or back, then you can confirm that your weight is into one side. Ush. Ush. So we say ush in Pailam. Ush is similar to gavish, right? It's yes, I understand, and I will do. Right? So yes, ush comes from here. Ush. Yes, I agree, I understand, and if it's a command, I will do. Right? It's an acceptance. So again, sink, step out. Good. Now when you step out, make sure that that foot is straight. Train tracks. Okay, so right now you're in the middle of two train tracks, and you're going to sink, put your foot on one track. Now shift your weight, and then straighten this foot onto the other train track. Perfect. And then shift back, and here you're just going to gently find the middle to where you're comfortable. Okay. Now when you come to the center, right? Come to the center. Now you're gonna sit down, and when you sit, your arms are gonna come up. Good. Yep. Okay. Stand up again. Now in some Tai Chi forms, you may see the opposite, where you raise up like this first. Okay. But here, what we do is we sit and allow the natural momentum of the body. And again, the opposites, right? As we're going down, the arms are coming up. So sit as if there's a chair behind you. And now bring your elbows into your ribs. And now you're going to press down and come up. Good. Okay, let's do that part again. So we inhale and sit. Arms come in. Now. Good. One more time. Sit. Inhale up. Elbows come in. Press down. Okay, now we want to move out of the way by shifting to the left. All right? So we go back, and you can see we're in the middle now. We're in the middle of both legs. But we want to shift all the way over to one side. So we're going to shift over to here. Got it? Good. Now you notice you can't shift anymore, right? So now you have to turn. Exactly. You want to turn. And as you turn, just allow your foot to kind of go with it a little bit. Right. And then shift over to this side. Okay? So let's go back. So we go back to here. Good. We're going to inhale and sit. Elbows come in. Press and rise up. And now get out of the way. Turn. Allow the foot to open. Shift. Good. Next thing we're going to do now is we have all the weight here. Now you're going to take this foot and just step ahead. Yep, you're just going to stick it ahead. Good. Okay. Now you're going to shift that way. And then turn your hip. Good. That's actually pretty good. All right, so let's go again. So we stand here. We'll start from this position first. All right. Sit. Arms come up. Elbows in. Press down. Get out of the way. Turn, and turn only to the 45. Good. Shift. Now you're going to look ahead, and you're going to put your foot straight ahead. Shift onto that foot, and then turn your waist. And you notice now when you turn your hip, this foot doesn't feel comfortable like that. Yeah. It has to trail toe in. Good. Okay. Now can you see both of my feet? I can't tell. I'm a little bit back further. Yes. Okay. So let's do it one more time for everyone that's joining us. Okay. Just back up just a touch. Just perfect. Just so that I can see you in my peripheral. Okay. You good?
Yeah, I almost fell.
Okay. All right. So here we go. So I'm going to sit, arms up, elbows in, press down. Get out of the way. Turn to the 45, shift. Look front and just put that, yeah, just exactly right. Just slide that foot forward to where it naturally will go. Shift on it, turn the waist, and allow that foot to now trail to the front. Okay, so now you're in what we call a bow stance.
So okay. Back foot kind of still like a little bit tilted, like on 45.
That's good, yep. Okay. And make sure your hips are cranked to the front. Okay. Good. Okay, now the next thing is you're gonna now, we went this way, now we're gonna go that way. So now this here has to turn, right? So we're here, and we're not doing the hands yet. Okay, notice we're not putting the arms in. Okay, a lot of times you can get seduced by what the arms are doing. Okay, we want to know what the base, the legs is the critical, right? If you don't have the ability to use your arms, you can still do the form. You need to be able to maneuver even without the use of your arms. Okay, and a lot of times with Tai Chi, when you research it, you'll see all of the fancy stuff going on up here, which is important later. This is the critical piece. Okay, it's what your legs are doing. So now we're going to go turn. This is going to turn, and now you're going to shift this way. And now as you turn that way, let your foot good. So you're in a bow stance this way. Okay. Okay, perfect. Right, and you can even put your hands behind your back. Okay. So this is the where you want to be. All right. So again, you're here, and now you shift your weight, bringing your tailbone over your back foot, and then going this way, and then the correction. The correction is the hip turns and brings the foot with it. Now shift back, or shift to the rear. Shift again, and make sure that you're shifting. Yeah. Now shift back. That's it. And now it's like a big push. Okay? It's like a push. Now shift back again. And the shifting back is like sitting on a chair. There's a chair behind you. And then shift. That's it. Keep doing that a couple times. Now notice we're not going up. Right? You're not bouncing up. You're just shifting horizontal. Good. Okay. Good. All right, shake it out. Now, this piece is the main. This is the main section. So you have a bow stance. First, you got to get out of the way. Turn 45. Right. You create a left bow stance. Then you do a right bow stance. That's basically what Tai Chi is. This is the Tai Chi stance. Now the weight, as we do this in the beginning, is 100-0. There's no weight on the back foot at all. Okay, as you get better at it, now you can play with 60-40 minimum. All right, so 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10, or 100% committed to one side.
Right.
Okay, but you don't want to be double weighted. That's a different thing. And in Tai Chi, we want to be able to move to a different position. Okay, we have two legs, right? We have two legs. We are in two places on the ground at the same time. Okay, we have the ability to move one foot or the other. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and let's go from here. Okay, so relax, take a deep breath, sit, arms up, elbows in, press down, get out of the way, turn, 45, now just step up, foot straight, good, shift up, and then turn your hip to correct the foot, perfect. Now, you're going to look to the right and swing your tail over your foot and allow your right foot to open, good, push, shift, and now same thing, correct the hip and let the foot drag, good, perfect. Now shift back into a seat and forward again. Okay, with us so far. Now, how many ends of a string does it take to make a knot?
2.
2, exactly. Left and right leg, okay? Here's where you can lose it in the turn. All right, so let's go over this turn slowly. So we're in a bow stance this way, all right? Weights in the front. Now, I want you to shift to the rear, and as you shift to the rear, your toe comes all the way up. Right, you're going to flex your foot as far up as you can. Good, okay? Now, turn your hip as far as you can and allow the foot to, yeah. You'll come a point where you can't turn anymore, right? You're kind of stuck. Shift your weight onto that back foot. You can't shift anymore, and you feel this is all torqued, right? It's very torqued. It's a spring loading up. Now you're gonna go this way. Drag. Right. Good. Good.
So
All right, so
actually pick up your foot and move it.
pick up your foot and move it. Right.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go back to here. So you're in bow stance facing the east direction. Okay. Now from here, what we're gonna do, can you see me? Okay. So here you're gonna shift to the back leg. Your toe is gonna flex all the way up. All right. And think about having a pole between your shin and the top of your foot so that it's locked. You don't want your foot to turn without the hips turning. It all locks together. Now, you're going to turn yourself this way. Your foot's going to go down, shift onto that leg, and now you're going to unwind. Put your foot there.
Heel.
Yeah, heel down first. Good, heel down first. Shift onto it, and now you're going to feel like this might be a little bit weird, okay? The foot's got to follow. Yeah, okay. Good, okay, relax. Here, I'll show you. Watch me do it first. Okay, so the idea is we're in this position, right? So we just went from here, right? You get out of the way, 45, step up. Now go this way, right? Here. Now when you shift back, the toe comes up. Notice the width. Okay, you're like shoulder width.
Yeah.
You want to try to stay shoulder width. So you turn, shift onto it. You can bring this foot in, continue to open, and then put this foot out just naturally where it's going to land. But there's no weight on it. The weight is still here. Now, when I shift this way, see where I'm at?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you come around the front, come around this side. Okay, come around this side, and you can see that this should look the same as it did over there.
Yeah.
okay? What you don't want to have is you don't want to have this
Then you're gonna fall.
like this. Say again?
Then you're probably gonna fall too.
You feel like you're going to fall one way or the other. All right, so what I was demonstrating just now is that when you do the turn, here's where you want your bow stance. It's more wider this way than it is this way. Okay, you don't want to be on a thin line here. First of all, it feels uncomfortable squeezing your crotch, but also you feel like you're going to either fall one way or the other. Okay, it's not this, right? This is fighting on a line. We're not fighting on a line here. We're in two positions. Okay, so if I'm on this leg, here's the target. This is the target. Now I moved out of the way. I can bring this leg in. Okay, so it's more important that your bow stance it could even be higher as long as the width is correct. Okay, the width is correct. This, you see this a lot in Kung Fu. All right, it's a lunge. You don't fight this way. Okay, this is for conditioning. This is to build the strength. All right, make your legs strong. Make all of this strong. That's where you would find, these big exercises where you're in this very deep lunge. All right, but you're gonna actually be fighting from this position.
And that's hard to get up from it too, because you're like so far down, and you have to
Say again?
Because then it's hard to get back up too, because you're like all the way down here.
That's correct. Yeah, she said that it's hard to get up if you're that far down. So if I deliver a punch here and I miss, now I've got to change. I've got some problems. I got to change up, and I'm limited in what I can do to recover. But if I'm here, much better, and it's more natural. Right? So we try to do things naturally, maximum effect, minimum effort. Okay. So what I want you to do is practice the turn. Okay. So we'll do this a couple times until you get it. So let's keep it consistent by facing this way. All right, your bow stance is right leg forward. Perfect. Okay, shift back, let the toe come up. Turn your hips like a wheel, like you're turning a wheel. Shift onto the right leg. And now just bring your foot in here and maybe connect it. Yeah. Now you're going to go out this way, more than forward. And you'll notice that you can only put it so far before your body wants it to go down. And now shift onto it and then turn to correct the foot. Good. That was pretty good. How does it feel, first of all?
It's kind of normal.
It feels normal.
It
Okay.
doesn't hurt anywhere, so.
And just crank the yeah. Now one thing you want to notice too, in your stances, you don't want this knee collapsing in. Okay, no.
That kind of hurts too.
It hurts too, you can feel it. Your knee has to be over your foot, this way, right over the top part of your foot, no further than your toe. All right, but the collapsing of the leg is a very common tweak that needs to be corrected. Right, I see this quite a bit when folks are doing this type of a posture. Right, so right now, where do you feel the pressure on your feet? The connection to the ground is where for you? The outside of the foot or the inside of the foot?
Outside.
The outside. So what you want to do is, if this is your big toe, have it right here.
Okay.
So this will come with this right. It's right under here.
Okay.
So if that part hits the ground,
Yeah.
this will be lined up. This will be lined up. That will be lined up.
Okay.
All right. So what I was basically behind your big toe, right? So if this finger, my second finger is the big toe, there's two little bones underneath there. Okay, I forget what they're called. Sesamoid bones or something. I forget. I'd have to look it up, or you can look it up and put in the comments what those two bones are. But that's where you want those bones connected to the ground, right? Because what that'll do is that'll ensure that your alignment and connection to the ground is correct and avoid a collapse of the knee or an over rotation or rolling of the foot to the outside. Okay, especially because you have your weight here, right? Got it? Okay, cool. So she's got it. Let's move on. All right. So now what we're going to do is when we turn, we're going to turn this way to the left side, counterclockwise. We're going to end up in a bow stance, and then this is where it begins to loop. So that's the first rotation, okay? So let's go again. We'll go from the beginning this time, okay? So inhale up, exhale. All right, inhale. When you exhale, sink into the right leg, step out. Train tracks. Now you want to get your feet on train tracks and be comfortable here. A little bit further than width apart, right? As if you're going to sit on a chair. Good. Okay, now inhale. Arms come up, elbows come in, press down. Now get out of the way, move to the left, turn, shift onto the other foot. This foot is going to go straight. Good. Shift onto it, and then correct the hips so your hips are square. Good. Now you're going to look to the right, point your right toe, shift, and then turn to correct the foot and make sure your stance is good. Align. Perfect. So from here, you're going to shift to the rear, shift forward again, shift to the rear, shift forward again. Okay, and make sure you're looking that way. Good. Now shift to the rear, your toe comes up, turn all the way until your foot goes down, shift onto it, pull it in, step out, shift onto it, and now rotate your hip and correct. Good, 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 good. Okay, so now we're going to do the exact same thing again. Okay, so from here, now we got to go this way, all right? Because all our weight's on the left. Now you have to go to the right.
Right.
So point the foot, shift, turn, shift. See, right? Right. So now we just loop. We do the same thing. Now from here, you're going to go this way and here. Right? Okay. All right. So let's put the hands involved now. Let's put the hands involved, and we'll go to we'll finish it up.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the hands are going to stay together. Okay. What we're going to do is butterfly hands. Right. So on your wrist, there's like a divot.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a divot there. There's a divot on your wrist. So what we're going to do is put the two divots together. Okay. You can see how they fit.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing to practice. Just rotating your hands, but maintaining that connection. Yeah, so don't separate them. Keep them together. Okay. So what we're going to do is, in this form, we're going to keep them together, and we're going to do same side. So the direction that you're traveling, the hands up. Right. So your fingertips are going to lead. Okay. So if I'm traveling, for example, traveling forward now, see how my fingertips are facing you? I'm going to go this way. Now, if I want to go towards Haley, I'm going to turn, rotate my fingertips towards her, and then I'm going to move towards her. I want to come towards you. I'm going to rotate my hands so my fingertips face you, and I'm going to come across this way. Okay? This is very important, keeping this structure. And I'm sure you've seen us in Pai Lum, we greet each other like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Pai Lum, this is our greeting, right? Arms come up, and we'll go through this in another video in more detail. But keeping this structure is really, really important. Okay? So, very simple with the hands, just keep them together. Okay, so let's go from the top. So we'll stay here, we'll do an inhale, exhale, inhale up, exhale and sink. Slide your foot out. All right, good. Okay, we're almost there. And you inhale, you sit, elbows come in, press down. Get out of the way. Now here you're going to go here, right? Just go like this. Yep. Step up. Now this hand's going to stay where it is. This hand is going to come up, and here's where you have your butterfly. Good. Okay. Now here, where you relax. See, just like that.
Like closer to your face and your chest.
Yeah, well, what you don't want to do is you don't want to block yourself. You don't want to block your
My
face.
chin level.
And you don't want to keep it down here, right? You want to just keep it like shoulder.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go through the alignment and all of this later.
Okay.
I find that sometimes when you're learning this, your arms want to do something. They want to be involved somehow, and it also kind of helps you to go in directions. So here we are. Now we got to go to the right, correct? So we're going to rotate the hands, turn the foot, shift, and then correct the turn. Good. Okay. So here we are. Now we're going to rotate the hands again, and you're just going to sit back, and when you sit back, go like this. Come down to your hip. Rotate your hands again. Come back. Okay. Now, go over your elbow. Right. And this is a big push, big push. Frankenstein arms. Toe comes up. Turn. Drop the arms as you sit. They connect again. Right, they connect again. And here. Good. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we're going to turn the palms again. Point this way. Come across. Right? Rotate down. Come up. Wipe. Push. Come back. Turn. Drop the arms together. Connect them again. Step out. So that's 2. Okay, we just did, that's fine, yep, we just did 2. Your right foot, yeah, perfect.
I was like, what?
Does that feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we just did twice.
Okay.
Turn the palms, look this way, come across. These are butterflies, or birds that follow each other down. Yep, perfect. Yeah, so now we're going to go back this way. Good. Now, big wipe, big push, shift back, turn, arms stay together, drop the arms across your crotch, connect your hands when your foot comes in, step out, and over. That's 3. You still with us? Okay. Turn the palms, or turn the butterflies again. Step out to the window, come across, correct the foot. Right, so as your hip turns, allow that foot to correct itself as well.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you're going to turn the birds, the butterflies, and push forward. Big wipe.
Is it in what?
So, yep, so it's past your elbow. So it's like giving yourself a hug.
Okay.
Okay? Big push. Toe comes up. Crank it around. Drop your arms, let them pass your crotch. Connect the butterflies. And here. So now you'll notice what?
Back at the beginning.
We're back at the beginning. Okay, so we just did a loop. But we have to do one of 2 things. We either have to end it or we have to reverse the direction. Okay? So for this video, we'll end it here, and then later we'll do it the other way. Okay? So here we got to go one more time to the right. So turn the butterflies, come across, all right, come down, press, wipe, push. We're going to go into single whip, which is here, across the crotch, step out, here. Now to end it, we're going to face that way, face our friends here, open. Toe up, step in, boom. Yep. So now we're back to the beginning. Yep. So cool, thank you. Oh. So pylon salute. Yeah, when you do the salute, keep your elbows down. Yeah, it's like this. And again, we'll go in depth in more video, another video, but it's this. Yep. Yeah, as if someone's hanging on your elbow. Right. So when you start to research this, look for grasp the sparrow's tail. Okay, so that would be, what is that exactly? You've got cloud hands, ward off, roll away, press, swipe, push, and single whip. Okay, so again, as I mentioned, you can get seduced by the hands. All right, you have ward off left, you've got ward off right, you've got roll back, you've got a press, you've got a wipe, you've got a push, and then you've got single whip. Okay, but it's important to get your feet under you. You have to be able to not fall down. Right, your connection to the earth is critical because we are the only we're the only vertical connection between earth and heaven, right, is man. So what you're feeling right now, rub your kidneys like this.
I don't know, I see you do it like
Right.
a man.
Yeah, if your back is feeling a little activated, use the back of your hand to rub your kidneys. All right, give yourself a nice massage. I don't know if massage places are open, so you're gonna have to take care of yourself, right? So yeah, you got to get your feet under you and be able to change direction. Okay, so you have to be able to turn with control and structure, because at any point something can disrupt you, whether it be a person, whether it be ice, whether it be some condition, right, that bumps into you or affects you or tries to trip you up. So you don't want to lose it in the turn. It's more important to get your feet and your legs under control and underneath you, and then what you do with your hands comes later, right? So your signature will be up above, but what's really important is the feet.
Yeah.
And whenever you're researching martial arts or Tai Chi or forms or anything online, you gotta see their feet.
Yeah.
That's important, right? So like with Aikido, for example, the Hakama is designed in a way where you cannot see their feet, right? So keep an eye on that, and in your own form, pay attention to the ground, right? Cool. So you can see it's not so boring. Tai Chi's not boring, is it? Is Tai Chi boring? You can be honest with Dad. No, it's not boring if you learn it in real time.
Yeah.
Right? If you learn it slow,
Yeah, that gets boring.
it's gonna be boring. Just looking at it's boring. And one thing that I don't like, and she knows this. I sometimes I go a little nuts. For me, Tai Chi is exciting. Right? You can tell everybody it's okay. For me, Tai Chi is exciting. Right? When I do it
All the time, like constantly.
constantly all the time. Everywhere, kitchen, yeah, wherever in the shower, you can do this stuff in the shower.
We were at Walmart one time and I was looking through something and you started doing Tai Chi.
Yeah. See, I get bored when I'm not doing it, right? But this is something that when you're bored, right? When you're bored, you can practice. You can practice the form, and practice each little bit, and be like, okay, you know what? This feels right. This doesn't feel right. This is my arms hurting. Why? Yeah, and then just make adjustments. So this is something that it's your art. It's yours. Okay, but you learn the mechanics, and like the book had said, it raises up the spirit. Okay, it raises the spirit, and for me, this is exciting stuff. And one thing that I don't like to see is sad Tai Chi. Have you ever seen sad Tai Chi? Right? There's a difference. Usually it's super duper slow, and the intention behind the person, the practitioner doing it, I'm not quite sure where they are, right?
Yeah.
But it looks sad to watch. Not here. Pylum, it's exciting. We do this not just to be excitement in our lives, but also to live a healthy way and to bring that energy to everybody. So I am so thrilled that my daughter has finally agreed to 13 years of seeing me do the Tai Chi everywhere, all the time, and she finally has agreed to to learn from Dad. So thank you. Okay, so we'll sign off for now, and again, like, subscribe, put your comments in, reach out to us directly. Reach out to us, be part of it, and we have courses available as well. There's going to be a lot of action in 2021. So yeah, stay tuned.
It's like tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, all right. So next year, starting tomorrow, we're gonna be doing lots of stuff, lots of material. Subscribe and go on the journey with us. Happy New Year.